Previously on the FisiCareer. Fisichella returns to Formula 1. Now the lights are out and away we go for his comeback. Now we got two Force India cars going up the inside. Now we're gonna go around the outside of a few cars. Oh, Fisichella's not happy there. Coming up the inside of the McLaren, up to P10. As Sutil's gonna go around the outside of Fisichella. And he's pulled it off as well. Using a bit of chaos now to get up the inside of Adrian Sutil, braking later than him. Oh my god, I was spinning it, there's no grip left. Oh my god, it's a long pit stop. I had to wait for two cars to go through. But now we're having go at Butler's gonna go around the outside now. And there's a collision head. Force India has gone spinning. Hit Maldonado up the anus. Oh my god! Coming towards turn 3 with DRS, but Sutil also has DRS. And we've done it. P12 in the first race back. And welcome back guys to the second race of the FisiCareer. We are at sunny Sepang International Circuit in Kuala Lumpur for the Malaysian Grand Prix. We had a reasonable start in Australia in the Marussia, finishing P12, and it'll be interesting to see what Fisichella can do this time in Malaysia. One of the three circuits he has actually won a Formula 1 race at in real life as well. But the practice session was spent doing an R&D test, and despite Van der Gaard and Grosjean doing their very best to try and ruin it, we did manage to complete the 3 laps in the target time to hopefully get a 10% downforce upgrade, which is what he told us that we would. And as you can see, like the last time and like I will in every race this season, I'm using the default setup, every setting in the middle, to put ourselves on equal terms with the AI in terms of setup. And despite that quite possibly losing us around a second to what we could have achieved with the proper optimal setup on, that surprisingly got us through from qualifying 1. Put us in 14th place in Q1 to get through to Q2 in the Marussia for the second race running with teammate Jules Bianchi down there in 21st, so it wasn't too bad. And now we're going to take you for a full qualifying run in Q2. As you can see, it's my final run. I did put a couple of laps earlier in the session, but that was only good enough for P12 at the moment. So we're going to try to use this final lap to try and improve, see if there's any chance we can get into Q3 on this lap. But in the meantime, I'll just speak about something I didn't really mention last time, and that is my aims for this career series, as I'm just about to ruin my lap a bit by going in the wrong gear through turn 4 and going wide. But like I said, I hope to be doing 3 seasons at least in this career mode series over the course of the year. And obviously I don't want to be in the Marussia for all those 3 seasons, as you'd expect. Starting in the Marussia just to give us a challenge, starting from the bottom of the grid. And my initial plan is that we'll hopefully be able to have a good season now in the Marussia, see how far up we can get, maybe get some points for the team as we get further into the season. And hopefully we'll impress enough so that a midfield team would like to take us on board for next year. And if that goes to plan, hopefully we'll be able to challenge further up the grid, maybe have a chance at a few wins in that midfield team if we do well. And then Fisichella would very much like to make a return to his beloved Ferrari team, to make up for the disappointing run he had in those 5 races that he got at the end of 2009 to step in for Felipe Massa. He didn't really go well, he didn't score a single point for them. And now he would like some redemption. So that's the initial plan. Hopefully the 3rd season will be Fisichella's return to Ferrari, and hopefully a challenge for that World Championship that he unfortunately could never get. So we'll see how all that works out, but for now, qualifying 2, we couldn't improve our time enough so that we got into Q3. Only 2/10 off button though in P10, so it's not too bad, and we're gonna start this race from P12, which I believe is 1 place further up compared to Australia. Roman Grosjean also missing out on Q3 actually, and Nico Hulkenberg getting in there, so he's doing a good job so far this season. And now we move on to race day.
The R&D part has failed. The team need a couple of races to work on it some more. You should receive the working part in 2 races time.
So yeah, that's brilliant, isn't it? Despite completing the R&D objective in practice, no upgrades for us this race. Apparently we need to wait 2 races for them to take effect. But oh well, that's just Marussia for you. But now for the strategy, it does say a 3-stopper by default, so I'm going to stick with that. But I did ask you guys in last time to tell me whether you want me to do primes or the options to start on. And some of you said primes, some of you said options. So I'm going to just try to go for the alternative strategy this time. Start a race on the primes. I'm not sure if it'll work or not, but we'll just have to wait and see. If it doesn't work, then we'll know what not to do for the future races. We'll just have to try and make up some places at the start and then hopefully hold people up on the first stint. But here you go. Nico Rosberg took pole position for the race. we're gonna start in 12th place. Teammate Bianchi there in 21st. So hopefully we won't be seeing him in the race, but I assume we won't really be seeing the front guys either. But here we go for the lights, and the second race in Malaysia is away! Gonna try to just stop the wheel spin from happening, but it's not a great start. Like in Australia, we're struggling to get the power down off the line, and we once again got a Force India, going up the inside, and now the Toro Rosso on the outside. Oh, we're gonna go for the gap! Woo! Almost hitting a few people there. I think I tapped the arsehole off that Sauber, but got away with it, no damage done, and now we're behind the Ferrari on the apex. We managed to make up a few places, now we're just gonna try to get on the power. The two McLarens there on the right. We're currently in P11, having a go at Button here, keeping the Force India at bay as well. And now coming up towards what I believe is turn 4, up the inside of both of the McLarens, and hitting the apex nicely there. The McLarens broke very early, and now the Sauber has had a bad exit, and we managed to outpower him despite having oversteer there. So it's another good start, 2 places further up than we were in Australia, when we were up to P10 after the first 3 corners. Now we're up to P8, and now we got the Red Bull of Mark Webber ahead, and the Sauber of Nico Hülkenberg behind. So, but we could well see a situation here, like last time, where the guys in front of us now are just going to pull out a massive gap that we cannot catch. But ooh, Alonso Webber gone pretty slow through there. Webber's having a wobble. He's on the options, I'm on the primes, but gonna try to hold it on the outside now on the curb, and Webber's just slowing down on the apex, so we can manage to go around the outside. The Marussia around the outside of the Red Bull. Who'd have thought they'd see the day of that ever happening? But it's happened here, but that has allowed the top 6 to pull out a further gap. So I think that's will be very difficult to catch now. We can't really look further up. That's not really realistic. And here comes Webber. He wants his 7th place back. Gonna try and defend him, keeping him on the outside now, coming towards the final corner of the first lap. Breaking on the inside, he's trying to hold it round, but we hit the apex nicely there. But the understeer of the Marussia, that's one of the weaknesses of this car. It's just the understeering is very strong. You want to turn in more than it does, but it doesn't want to let you. But Button managed to sneak through Webber there, because Webber had a bad exit out of the final corner. And now we have to defend from Button. Oh, we missed the apex, we broke a little bit late, and Marussia just doesn't want to turn in. Onto turn 2 now. Button's trying to hold it around the outside of Fisichella. Fisichella just can't get on the power quick enough, but now he's using Curse. And we're gonna have a go at Button maybe in the slipstream coming up to turn 3, or is it 4? I don't even know. But we hit an apex nicely down to first gear just to get it turn in right, and we've done it up to P7 again, defending that position like an absolute beast so far. That's all we have to do now on these prime tires. Everyone, most of the cars behind at least, are in the options by this point. And a bit of a battle back there with the McLarens, but I think Button managed to hold off Perez for now. So P7 then, midway through lap 2, and now we're going to skip forward a bit to the end of lap 2. And we got 2 arrows there. There's 2 McLarens, I believe, who wants to get past very quickly. Button's now having a go. And once again, we're going to have to defend. Coming towards the first corner, Perez has had a great run, has passed his teammate there. Perez up to P8, and now he missed the apex again. This Marussia just doesn't like that corner at all, and we're very cautious now through turn 2, as this car just doesn't give us the confidence to get on the power as early as we would have liked, but managed to hold Perez up for now to end the lap 3 now. And now DRS is enabled for the first time in this race, unlike last season. On the last game, there's a secondary DRS on now, which is right here. As you can see, Perez blasting past with DRS open. Here comes Hülkenberg as well. He's not close enough to have it going to this corner, but the good thing about this, there you saw the second DRS line, and now we're gonna have DRS on Perez coming towards turn 1, but he had a very good exit, so I don't think we'll get close enough. Let's see. Yes, we're closing in, just not enough to get alongside into turn 1. This time we actually did hit the apex pretty well for the first time in this race, but Perez holding off a bit of a cheeky corner cut, using very much of the curve there. And Perez has unfortunately had another good exit, so I think he's just managed to keep hold of that 7th place. And you got to say that is crucial for him, because look at the gap that the top 6 has pulled out already, and cars like the McLaren are just losing time by being stuck behind me in the Marussia. And now towards the end of lap 4, once again DRS playing a role here, as Hülkenberg is having a go, and he's just blasted apart just like Perez. Into the final corner is the head before we reach the braking zone. Grosjean behind now having a go as well, and I'm going to try to get the DRS, and hopefully we're a bit closer this time to Hülkenberg than we were to Perez on the last lap, so maybe we can get alongside him going into turn 1. Here we go. diving up the inside. Can we hit the apex this time? No, once again we missed it. So we're just gonna have to get it slowed down and get it turned into turn 2. Will Hulkenberg hold it round the outside like Button did early in the race? Ooh, bit of oversteer on the exit, and Hulkenberg's alongside and has the better exit. He is on the better tires as well, although they will probably be starting to wear out of at this point. And now we're switching to the inside, up towards turn 4. Can we have get a place back from Hulkenberg down up the inside? Force him to leave a space there. And he's trying his best to hold on, but we managed to get a better exit. Now switching it back down from Rich because managed to get that place back. So we can already sense that this is gonna be just a race where defending for our lives is gonna be the main focus. And here we go again then. This is where most of the action happens on this race, the 2 DRS zones. Hulkenberg and Grosjean as well gone up the inside. We managed to brake later than Grosjean to hold that position, and Hulkenberg's now got into the pit lane. Ooh, over there again. This Malaysia is not very comfortable to drive, I've got to tell you that. I know it sounds like an excuse, but it's just stating a fact. And we've had quite a few people in the pit lane, which means we're up to P5 for the moment. I think that lap 8 is our target lap for the first pit stop there. And this is the problem, because with starting on the prime tire, this is where we're going to lose out, I think. It's, the people are pitting now on lap 6 and 7 are going to get 1 or 2 laps of an undercut on us, where they'll be able to put in quick laps on the fresh tires and might as well jump us unless we have 2 beastly in laps there. But looking at the state of our tires and losing the grip turn 2 there, that's not going to happen, I think. Now we've got Alonso up our ass as well. Fisichella's old teammate, obviously. I'm not sure he'll want to let Alonso through very easily, but he might not have a chance because he'll be on the fresh tires. Fisichella very gripless on these 1 primes at the moment. But as you can see, he's losing grip in 4th gear, and that's just an indication that we need to pit at the end of this lap. He's not going well at the moment. Alonso wants to have a go, and we're holding him up still, but he'll be pretty frustrated with his friend Giancarlo at this point. But I think he'll be able to get past now with DRS on this straight. And we're going in the pit lane anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Not exactly battling Alonso in this race anyway. Here we go then. He's on the inside, braking later now on the outside, because we're going in the pit lane, mate. So, onto the grass a bit, taking a reasonable line into the pit lane. Vettel boos as a fast lap. Actually, I'm not going to boo at Vettel, because I get a bit annoyed with people booing him anyway, although I don't particularly like him. But anyway, now we just got to hope that the Malaysia crew can pull themselves together, put us out with a good stop here. Let's see how we go. We're changing the wheel. I look at it, you could see the graphics there on the wheel, see how worn it was. Not good state at all. And drop down several places, down to P12 at the moment. Another car coming through there, side by side with someone, with Webber actually. Webber is still struggling in this race. And the Force India, as well as Button, has managed to get through there and jump us in the pit stops. That's not... I think that's a problem with starting on the primes there. Getting people taking us on the undercut, and now we're down to P12. Which is not really what we want. We dropped out of the points again, just like we did last time in Melbourne. And with a car like Marussia, you would much rather want to be in the position of the defending car rather than the one trying to catch a car ahead, because it's not great at catching cars like Button. So I think we're not going to be able to catch Button ahead anyway. But now we've got Sutil coming up on the outside with DRS. At least we're pretty close to him. If we can get a good exit there, we will be able to get him back with DRS on the main straight. And I think we'll be able to do that now, using a little bit of chaos maybe. No. Ooh, just a little bit there. He's gonna dive up the inside of Adrian Sutil. Fisichella's old Force India teammate. Once again running a little bit wide in that corner, but we managed to get a reasonable line. Once again cautious through here, but Webber managed to sneak through Sutil as well actually. After Sutil must have managed to sneak through him earlier in the race, because last time I checked, Webber was the man behind us anyway. But yeah, currently P12, the place where we finish in Australia, doesn't look like we're going to have any kind of improvement here really, because the gap ahead is just improving. And now Webber, it's just a matter of time before Webber goes past as well, I guess. He's already done it. We're locked up going to the final corner. We really need to get a good exit. Ooh, the under pressure from Sutil as well, with DRS now, but no more curse to use. It'll be crucial to get past Webber back into turn 1, otherwise he'll be able to pull out a gap as well, I'm pretty sure. But now we're having a go. Just need to nail the braking. And someone's come out of the pit lane there. Rosberg is pitted for the second time, I think. And Webber, I think Webber just lost out to Adrian Sutil. Certainly has, which is nice, I guess, because if you want to keep this 12th place, well, it's now 11th because someone's already pitted, but where Webber is the most challenging car to keep behind, because obviously the gap in performance between Malaysia and the Red Bull of Mark Webber is going to be very huge. And I just made a weird noise as I went onto that curb and almost lost the car, which has given Sutil a great run on with DRS once again. And I got to say, still, this is where it's happening. DRS zones. Trying to break him now, going to the last corner, and we're going to go around the side, and we just crossed the DRS line before Sutil, so that has not worked out at all. That's bad tactics from from Giancarlo. What are you doing, mate? Because now Sutil has got a DRS once again on this straight, and he'll be able to stay ahead now going into turn 1. So that's not worked out very well, and just need to keep on the back. Maybe we can get a good exit of the turn 2. Ooh, but not comfortable now. And the tyres are starting to fall off as well. Obviously this is the lap where we're going to pit, lap 14, because according to the default strategy, the options are meant to last 6 laps, while the primes are meant to last 8 laps. And this is the 6th lap, so we've been on the option tyre, and oversteering quite a bit there, but still keeping Webber behind. But still, it's going to be hard to keep on the back of him now. I'm not quite sure how he is in terms of his tyres, but he's, it looks like he's driving pretty well at the moment. Coming round this double apex right-hander. Webber is still very close behind. So now we're going to skip though to the end of the lap, DRS zone, and Webber right on the back. He's going to go past before the last quarter. Surely, and there's another car. It's Hulkenberg as well. Oh my god, and they're going to be side by side going to the final corner. Hulkenberg's braking on the dirt there. Oh, we're going to swipe across Hulkenberg. That's pretty dangerous. But he was the fastest way into the pit lane. So Hulkenberg, I'm afraid you're just going to have to deal with it. And now right behind Webber going into the pit lane. Really need a good stop from the Malaysia here, because if Webber emerges ahead after this stop, he might well just pull out a gap. I'm not sure we'll be able to keep on the back of him. So really need a good stop here. Quite a few pit crews out there. Caterham, which fortunately we haven't seen a Caterham car this race, which is good. And Webber's managed to stay ahead, I'm afraid, and here is a Caterham that we've seen for the first time. It's Van der Gaard who's just managed to sneak ahead of Webber, which is crucial, because maybe he'll hold off Webber a bit, and maybe he'll be able to keep on the back of them. But Webber, though, he is on the option tyres now for this stint, and we're only on the prime, so he's going to have quite a substantial advantage, as we've got a bit of a train there side by side ahead. Webber and the Caterham. Come on, Caterham, hold him off. Van der Gaard, you can do it, mate. He's done it, I think. Webber's had to yield there, and he'll be behind going to this fast flowing section of the track, and he's slowing down as well because the Caterham is holding him up. And this could just give us an opportunity at somewhere around this lap to get past. Oh, he's come already. Gonna go around the outside of Webber. He's going through this double apex right-hander. And that was a pretty good move, despite Webber just turning into a dead elephant in terms of pace there. But he managed to get through, so up to P14, which will surely turn to P13 by the time Van der Gaard makes his pit stop. So maybe a little bit disappointing that we don't have any chance of any points for this Malaysia so far. But we're just going to have to hold on now to try and get as good as a position as possible now. Van der Gaard very slow throughout final corner. I think his tyres are pretty bad. And but at least him being there has managed to give us DRS, which will make sure that Webber doesn't have the DRS advantage going towards his straight. Braking early. Van der Gaard, oh shit. Van der Gaard going into the pit lane, and he's kind of fooled us because we followed him and went wide in that corner. But Webber didn't have the best exit either, and once again Van der Gaard has given us DRS. So we're just going to have to defend the inside line here. Webber's pulling alongside, but we'll have the inside for turn 1. He's braked very late. This time we hit the apex of the corner up to P13, like I said, after Van der Gaard pitted, and holding on now. And got a reasonable exit actually, despite going a little bit on the grass to hold Webber off. But now lap 18, we got 10 laps to go pretty much. Webber once again having to go with DRS, and we can't really do anything to stop him. He's just breezed past before we even reach the final corner. But it's I quite like this predicament with a DRS zone first, and then switch it around so that the other car has DRS on lap after, because that gives him a chance to get back past, which we're now doing on the Webber. So it's just switching places, and none of us are really gaining from it, because we're both kind of holding each other up when we're battling like this with DRS. But now once again, started lap 20, and Webber once again having a look around the outside of turn 1. This time we managed to hold on! Oh my god, almost lost the car there. And it's like this car is getting more difficult to drive with every lap. It's just falling apart, and but Webber is still behind in the Red Bull, so that's quite extraordinary. But now, once again, ooh, he hasn't had a go this time. Managed to hold him off. Going into the end of lap 20, and now Webber has pitted actually, and Williams has followed him as well. And that could be crucial, because now he's going to have the undercut. Ooh, and we meant to go 2 further laps, but I couldn't take the chance of him getting a massive undercut, so I'm going to gamble here. Go in 1 lap earlier than planned, which means we're now going to switch onto the option tires and try to do 7 laps on them. Ah, that could be a gamble, because they're going to be in pieces by the end. But we're going to try. Hopefully, we'll have a chance at not being passed by Webber. Maybe we'll get out ahead of him. But let's see now. Malaysia crew doing another reasonable job there. 3.1 second pit stop. Where is Webber now? Here he comes. Oh no, he's going to be just ahead. Coming towards, coming through turn 1. And now we got cold tires as well. He'll have warmed up his tires a bit by now, so it's going to be hard to get a good exit. Oh, as you can see, oversteering, and Webber, oh, that's unfortunate. His undercut has just managed to get him around a second of an advantage, and as you can see now on the next lap, we do not have DRS, so that's put us out of the DRS zone. At least we moved back up 2 places now, because further 2 people have been in the pit lane. But there's a Force India who's come out of the pit lane there. I think it's Adrian Sutil. So maybe he'll hold up Webber a bit. Maybe there is a little chance that now in the options we'll be able to catch them. But quite a gap, as you can see. But Sutil has gone very slow through there, and Webber's been blocked. And now that over a second gap has suddenly turned into 6/10 of a gap. Going into this final sector of lap 23, so it'll be 4 laps or 5 laps to go after this. Very close, and we're gonna have DRS now at the end of this lap. So let's see if there is any chance that we can get past these people and get back up to P12 or 13, which would be nice. Now with DRS, but Webber having to go to Sutil ahead, and they're going to be side by side now. Webber and Sutil on the inside bridge broke very early. Ooh, we almost hit him in the back, because he braked so early, and so from that far back we managed to go there around the outside of Sutil. That was not good driving by the German, which just allowed me to get past and Webber to streak clear into the distance. Unfortunately, we weren't close enough to Webber to have a go with DRS there. And as you can see, now the fuel has turned to -1 lap, which is a bit of a shame, because although we're within a second of Webber at the moment, we're going to have to turn down the engine and save fuel for the final few laps in order to not run out in the end. And that, as you can see, we skipped 3 laps further forward now, and Webber has just disappeared pretty much, because we're in fuel saving mode now pretty much. I think we managed to get it back up to optimal, but that doesn't really help now, because Sutil is having a go with DRS. Just need to hold it together through this final lap. But this is the, oh, as you can see, this is that extra lap that we're going on to now. The final lap is coming up, and these tires are shattered. So it's crucial now to get back up to Sutil, because this might be the last chance we have on the inside now. Into turn 1, hitting the apex nicely, taking it very carefully, because these tires just want to make the back end do a 180 spin. As you can see there, twice throughout the first 2 corners we've had to counter steer midway through the turn, and that does not help the speed, obviously, as you'd expect. And unfortunately, Vettel has won this Malaysian Grand Prix, so Rosberg could not convert his pole into win, and once again we're oversteering. So the rest of this lap is just going to be a struggle to keep hold of this 13th place that we got at the moment, which is a reasonable result for the Marussia, but not maybe as good as we expected starting from P12. We would have hoped to maybe get in the points, but we lost the back end once again. Oh, there's no grip, man! God's sake, these tires are completely fallen off the cliff, but still ran kind of into the side of us at that exit of that corner, so we still managed to stay ahead for now. And we got 3 corners and 2 straights to defend. And oh, Sutil's gonna have the DRS going into the final corner, which is a bit of a shame, because he's surely gonna have a great run. And once again, the back end wants to step out, and we have to counter steer. And now the DRS is enabled for Fisichella, and we're going down to -1 lap again, so maybe we'll run out of fuel as well. Here comes Maldonado. Where's he come from? He's coming out from nowhere. I'm getting absolutely mugged now. We're gonna dive the inside to maybe hold off the both of them, but no, there's no grip. Can't get on the power, and Maldonado sneaked through. He's past both me and Fisichella in the final corner, but Fisichella's still staying behind. But we managed to save one place at least, which means that we've finished P14 in the second race at Malaysia, which I'm not quite sure how to feel about that. It was a valiant effort to try and hold off the quicker cars throughout pretty much the whole race, but once they got past us, mostly through the pit stops really, we just didn't have the pace in the Malaysia to hold on, which is quite annoying, meaning we're still not able to score any points for this team, still beating our teammates substantially though, because he got lapped. But we really need to come up with something very special in China in the next race to try to get into the points. Although unfortunately that's also a track that I haven't been too comfortable at in the past, but we're just gonna have to wait and see how that goes. But there's the final result. So Vettel won, as I said, and Massa managed to get himself on the podium, so that's very impressive from the Brazilian. Weber, after being held up by us for quite a while, is the only top guy to miss out on the top 10 in the race. Which means that in a Drivers' Championship, Lewis Hamilton is now leading, with Vettel in second place, Massa in third actually, ahead of his teammate Alonso, so that's unusual to see, but we're in 14th then, second out of the people with no points, so which means that our 12th place from Australia is keeping us up there for now. And looking at the constructors then, Marussia, one of 5 teams still to not score any points, was India, Williams, Torosso and Caterham the other 4, so it'll be interesting to see which of these teams will score points first. Can only hope we can pull off an upset in China to somehow get into points, but that's gonna take a very special performance, like I said. But I'm definitely gonna start in options again next race, so hopefully that'll give us a little bit more of a chance. But as you can see, Giancarlo not too happy, and that pretty much wraps up this video. Second race of the season is done and over with, so I can only hope you enjoy the action. Feel free to leave a like on the video as well if you're a true Fisi fan. But now the camera is getting pushed away, so I will see you guys in China.